Snap, Crackle, Pop. With your host, Leslie Lugosi. Thanks for listening.
In this episode, former lead singer and rhythm guitarist from the band Guadalcanal Diary, Murray Attaway, talks about his songwriting process, his pet guinea pig Rita, and about the band getting strip searched while on tour in Canada. Let's do it. So last year you released an album last May, and it sounds like this year you're going to be working on a new album.
I am, yes.
So what's your songwriting process? Do you start with the music first, the lyrics? How does it all come together?
There's no real set method to me. It just something suggests itself in my head. I don't really have a formula for it, but probably lyrics come first. Some idea that I've got something that compels me to write about it, and probably more songs that I've written have been that than the music first. But you never know. I mean, something a little hook, something suggests itself. I try not to listen to a whole lot of contemporary stuff when I'm writing because I'm afraid I'll subconsciously steal it.
Growing up, who did you admire? Who inspired you to become a songwriter?
Well, when I was a little bitty kid, it was the British invasion and soul. So that's pretty much what you heard on the radio station in my hometown. So between the James Browns and the John Lennons of the period, probably somewhere in there. I always wish I could sing like Al Green, and that didn't work out, so I figured I could probably imitate John Lennon, and that didn't really work out either, but I convinced myself that it did, so that was my voice for a while, a long time ago.
What are your musical influences?
Old prog rock, big Yes fan, big Yes fan. From the Yes album to Close to the Edge, and maybe including Tales of Topographic Oceans, and then they kind of lost me a little bit. Jethro Tull, big fan of Jethro Tull for, again, about 6 albums, way back in the classic era. Big fan of Peter Gabriel when he was with Genesis with Peter Gabriel. You could see all those shows in Atlanta, and I did, because I was a teenager in high school when that stuff was popular. So yeah, that had a lot to do with it. Nick Lowe, big influence on my songwriting. Richard Thompson, big influence on my approach to guitar.
So are there any non-musical influences, like subject matter, that you're real passionate about?
Yeah, film and literature, definitely. I mean, I mostly, more than I do anything else, I read. So, it's hard to point out some of this stuff because I read so much different stuff. It's just whatever attracts me at the time. I mean, I've read all the Southern Gothic writers that everybody wants to claim that was a big, so I'm not going to do that. I mean, yes, Flannery O'Connor, sure, William Faulkner, yeah, whatever. Read them all, just like everybody else has. But, I mean, I don't know that that's informed me that much. Just everything informs you, if you let it, if you just open up. I mean, I could read a magazine article or something, I was reading something on AP Wire today, and it's like, oh, God, there's something about it, a line in it suggested song lyrics.
What's the best musical advice you've ever been given?
I've never been given any musical advice. I wish I had of.
What advice would you give to future songwriters?
I wouldn't pretend to be able to give anybody any advice. The big one is always keep a day job.
Right.
Depends on what they want to do with it, But I just think let's see if I can take it seriously for a second. I wouldn't advise anybody to make a career out of it because that's the wrong move. Why would you do it for filthy lucre when you could be doing it for fun? Do it for fun, then it'll be good. Even if you're not successful, it'll still be good because you will be successful. You've done it for fun, you've enjoyed it. Maybe somebody else has.
You have a favorite story from the road?
Warren, tell a funny road story. Warren was on the road with us for a long time.
When we were going from Canada to the U.S.
Oh, there's that one, yeah.
Not funny, but...
We got Guadalcanal, who was literally one of the straightest aero bands, with a very small exception, and it wasn't me. Very, very straight band. We were coming back across the border from Canada to the U.S., of all things. All U.S. citizens. This was in the 80s. And they decided, they saw our motorhome, they decided, because our crew, who was a bunch of, miscreants, were in a completely different vehicle and had gone through a completely different border crossing with no trouble at all. But Guadalcanal, who was basically a family with children and stuff, we got pulled over and we got strip searched. And one of us had their infant child with them on the road. You know, two of the band members were married. They had an infant with them. Everybody got strip searched except me and Warren. Warren and I didn't get strip searched. We were the only ones. We were waiting on them, but they didn't do it. They tossed our entire motor home from top to bottom. You know, it was really like a movie. And then they couldn't find anything, so they found some pills that I had that were from the GMT, you know, those markets used to be on, the vitamin markets. Mm-hmm. And I forget what they were. It was some innocuous vitamin thing, and they were like, well, we found amphetamine in here. And I was like, but you didn't either. You know, well, our field test says there aren't. No, it didn't. Well, we're going to have to confiscate these. Anyway, that was not a funny story. You're right. That was a tragedy. Why did you bring that up? See, look what you've done now.
So you have a pet guinea pig named Rita.
That's my wife's. It's one of two. There's Rita and Lola.
Okay. And she has quite the wardrobe for every occasion, for every holiday.
Yes. Do you know anything about guinea pigs?
Mm-hmm. I had one when I was a kid.
Okay. Most people have them when they're kids. When Layla and I, right before we got married and we were dating, I said, you know, you're the only person above the age of 12 I've ever met that has guinea pigs. She had guinea pigs because she's allergic to dogs and cats. Good reason. She said, well, they have little personalities. I'm like, sure they do. Yeah, they do. They actually have a language. They're pretty smart, and they can communicate pretty clearly, and they can understand a surprising amount of stuff too. But what they mostly understand is the rustle of someone in the kitchen. So when they hear me in the kitchen, they begin to scream from the next room, and I mean really scream. So pig is the operative part of that name. Yep.
And who does her wardrobe? Is it custom?
Layla does the wardrobe. Yeah.
What about the album you released last May?
Yeah, Tense Music Plays, yes. Go buy it. It's really good. Tense Music Plays is the first album. I did Tense Music Plays in 2025, and it was the first record I had done in 30 years, and I decided it was a good time to just go ahead and do another one.